Dennis.
Dennis, what's your last name?
Francie.
Okay. And then where are you from, Dennis?
Right now, Antelope Valley. I was born in Burbank.
Okay. And then did you spend most of your time in Burbank or up in Antelope Valley?
I don't spend any time there anymore. Are we filming this?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just getting, that was just a clip. We can redo it. It's cool. Just let it roll.
Maybe we'd be standing together up here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Alright, I'm going to ask you these questions, and then we're just going to go through them. So, what's your name?
Dennis Francie.
Okay. Where are you from, Dennis?
Lancaster, Corthill.
Okay.
It's all the same. Antelope Valley.
When did you first get into cars?
Oh boy. Probably in the late 50s. 58, I guess.
Did you used to get the magazines back in the day, like Carcraft and Custom Cars?
We lived in a small town, and somebody get a car, and everybody take turns driving it. I didn't get a car till I was 18.
Wow.
So.
And what was your first car?
It's 56 Chevy.
Awesome. What can you tell us a little bit about that car? Did you customize it, or was it pretty much stock?
It's pretty much stock. I had it lowered, you know. It's just clean little 6-cylinder, stick shift.
Nice.
Chevy. Had a lot of fun, and it's a good car to learn in.
Oh yeah. Did that have custom paint, or was
No, just stock.
Nice.
Yeah, green and white, two-tone.
And then when did you get your 57 Chevy?
About 1960.
Okay.
1960, first 57 I had.
And how did you get that car?
My brother-in-law had it, and I had a 56, and I wanted a 57, and we traded, and ended up with his car. He wanted to get better gas mileage.
Nice. Next question is, who did the custom work on your 57 Chevy?
Well, there's several people. There's a guy named Don Newsom that was into racing and working on cars and everything, and he did the solenoids for we shaved the doors, so he did the solenoids, open the doors, and he put the buttons up front and on the grill, and so when you walk up, you just kind of stick your hand into the grill and pop them open, and the springs would throw them open. You had to move quickly to catch it.
That's cool. I like that. And then, did you shave any of the other emblems off the car, or just shave the door handles and solenoids?
Right. We ended up the first time we did it. I think the first paint job we had was we left all the emblems on. It came later when Joanderson painted it. The last paint job, he ended up taking all the chrome off.
Wow. And that brings me to my next question: is who painted your car?
Yeah, that's Joanderson, way back in the 60s. He painted it for the first time after it had been painted by another outfit in Mojave, and it's called Luke & Sons then, but they just did, nothing fancy, just a stock color on it, but it got around did pretty well with that. But then when I got into custom paint, Joanderson took over and painted it several times for me, different colors. And
oh yeah, Joe was the man back in the day.
Yeah,
he
he was a good creator.
Yes, he was. Another thing I wanted to ask you is, how did you hear about Joe Anderson?
Going to car shows, he had a lot of cars in car shows, so that he'd painted. People would take him there, and when I saw him, that sold me. I was hooked, and so I got to meet him and started painting my cars. And I think I had 4 different paint jobs with him.
Wow. Well, my next question is what made you want to put hydraulics in your 57 Chevy?
That was about the same time I met Joe, 65. I saw him on a 65 Chevy Impala, and that did it for me. I had it lowered anyway, but if I could lower the whole thing whenever I wanted to, that was the key to happiness.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
I got to meet the people that did it, and
sweet.
Hydraulics put all the way around eventually, and came to Antelope Valley and drove the cops crazy.
You started out with front hydraulics first?
It was the first car in the Antelope Valley with hydraulics.
Wow. And then you said you had the person who installed them was in LA?
Like what?
The person who installed them.
Right. It was down in the Gardena area, you know,
Okay.
Torrance and around there.
Okay.
And I'd take it down there, leave it with them. They had it for several weeks and got them done in the front first, and then later on I had them put in the rear.
And then how many different paint jobs did Joe Anderson do on your car?
4 altogether.
What was the first one?
Well, the first one was a lime green fadeaway, and then the second one was a purple fadeaway,
Right.
and then he did a purple with panels. And you know, these are all just new creations that you just give it to him and use his talent to create something. And when you got it back, you had no idea what you were getting till you got it back. And then the fourth one he did, the last one he did was a real wild one with all different, every color he had. He was a king of pearls and pearl fadeaways and stuff. But he took every color he had and put it on that car. And he called it underlay striping. So every time you'd see a section, it was striping, but it was underlay. And he'd paint the whole car, I guess, from what I could derive. He'd paint the whole car and then put the tape on then paint in between the lines and then take it off, and you'd have underlay striping from what I understood. That's the best way I can explain it.
Yeah, the paint job was beautiful, and you told me it had a name.
The name was, yeah, he wrote on the back, it, you know, created especially for Dennis Francie by Joanderson, LSD TV, and that's back when LSD was, you know.
60s and 70s, man.
Right.
Yes.
So.
A quick question about that paint job. You had a cool story about it when you were driving it into town. You had a friend at a phone booth. Can you explain that story in that paint job?
Oh, the reaction we got?
Yeah.
Oh, that one, yeah, he was cruising around when I was bringing it back. He had no idea what it was going to look like. I didn't have any idea what it was going to look like when I picked it up. So when I got back in town, I went to the telephone. He was the first one I wanted to tell that got the car back, and I was pulling off the freeway, and I hit a payphone, and that was the closest phone I could get. So when I called him, before I could even open my mouth, he started yelling and screaming about a 57 Chevy he saw going down the road a few minutes ago. And I said, what did it look like? And he explained it to me, and I told him that was my car. And then that kind of told me I liked it now, because I wasn't sure I liked it. It was so wild, but
wow, man.
that told me I liked it because he liked it.
That's cool. So your car was already making a buzz before you even showed it to anyone, man. As soon as you pulled off the highway. Wow. Well, let's do another question. Where did you like to cruise at back in the day?
Get the what?
Where was your cruising spot back in the day? When you used to cruise,
cruising.
Yeah.
You know what? We cruised a lot up here, Lancaster Boulevard and stuff. But we'd go to Van Nuys too and cruise a lot down there, and get a lot of reaction. And Gardena, cruise Gardena quite a bit, and Hawthorne Boulevard, Whittier Boulevard.
You drive all the way down from the Antelope Valley and just cruise.
Oh yeah, I hung out in Hollywood Boulevard, going to the Whiskey A Go Go and everything. And when Easy Rider came out, they had it down at that, that widescreen dome. What do they call that?
It's on Hollywood Boulevard. It's like the video scope or something. It's something. It has a name.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a big screen, and like it wrap around. What was that, Frank? You remember? But
it's kind of by the Palladium, I think.
No, yeah, it had a. I'll think of it, but anyway.
But you went to go see Easy Rider there?
Yeah, we used to cruise down there, but what was fun, Lancaster had no idea what hydraulics were. So when we cruised around up here in it, when I first got it, they pulled me over, and while they're getting out of the car, I'd raise it up, and they'd come up to get ready to write me a ticket. Then they'd get their book out and put it down there, and it was legal. And it was a long time before they actually caught me.
Yeah, you're tripping the cops out up here, man. Wow.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Once I got caught, he saw me raise it up, and he just couldn't believe it. He jumps out of his car, and And says, I don't know how you did that, but he says, I saw that, and he'd been seeing me go around low quite a bit, but anyway, we made a deal. If I didn't drive it down, he wouldn't give me a ticket anymore.
So was your 57 had hydraulics installed first before his 61?
It was probably about, the hydraulics came about, it was 65 when I saw that 65 Chevy, brand new Chevy. In fact, I wanted a 65 Chevy when I saw it.
Yeah.
And so that's when I decided to get hydraulics. So it was about 1965, 66.
So you were probably the first guy with hydraulics in Antelope Valley.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
You're the first lowrider in Antelope Valley, pretty much.
Everybody liked to rake,
Yeah.
But I like to be all the way on the ground and, dragging, if you will.
And that's why you got your car cut for rear hydraulics as well.
Right, and that's how I got caught. I was throwing sparks with my front, frame.
You brought your car to a lot of car shows. What was your favorite car show you ever brought it to?
Oh boy, it's hard to say because they're all so unique. Vegas to Long Beach. I think the one I did in Santa Barbara was the best because I was affiliated with George Barris, and I got to help set, and take his, muncher coach and what have you, and my name was in the magazine that they put out, and a picture of my car. But
Nice.
While we were up there were masks inside the muncher coach of all the characters. So we all put a mask on that, all those guys that were associated with George Barris and with Cruz and Santa Barbara in it. And while we were over there, just goofing around, had a good time.
Nice.
The
Man.
muncher coach.
What happened to your 57? What year did you sell it?
Oh, that goes way back. Oh boy, let me think. I was in my early 30s probably. I sold it to a good friend of mine. Oh boy, 18.
That's a memory he didn't want to.
70s, I got rid of it.
Early 70s?
I ended up getting another one because I couldn't stand it.
Did you cut that one for hydraulics and painting?
No,
as well?
I just kept it stock. It was lowered. It was a black,
Yeah.
with stick shift and everything, and that kind of left the scene, I guess, if you know what I mean.
Is it still in Antelope Valley, your old car, or do you have any idea of where it went?
Oh, no, I get sold it to my buddy, and then he sold it to another friend, and we don't know what happened to it, where he went or whatever.
Wow.
It could be here in the valley for all I know, in a junk pile.
Oh man.
But it isn't out on the road.
Yeah. Where did you get your custom wheels at? Your Supremes?
Oh, I don't know. Back then, like I put a record player in it. I had the long play. Have you ever seen a long play album player? They had the 45, and then I went to the long play. I got that on Denny Boulevard one day, and as time goes on, things happen, and you don't even think about them. It just happens.
Wow. And then a question I wanted to ask you. Let's talk about your upholstery. Where did you get your upholstery done in your 57?
All the upholstery was done in Tijuana. They do the best work, or they did then, for the money.
So you drive all the way from the Antelope Valley down to Tijuana,
right,
for your upholstery work.
Then, in those days, no distance was too much. You just did. You just didn't even think about it. You just did it.
Another question I have is, you want to talk about that story you told me earlier about the Tijuana when you went down there for your 57 and you might have ran into the cops at one time?
Oh, when they wanted to throw us in jail? Oh boy. Yeah, we were accused of breaking in a place, so they were ready to take us to jail, and there's no way we did, but there's a young couple on the street early in the morning that were getting ready to go home, back to California or whatever, so the cop had called a car to come pick my buddy and I up. We're just walking down the street, and so they were taking our information to take back and give to our loved ones or whatever, and when the cop saw this, he came up and said, "You guys get out of here." He cut us loose, but if they hadn't come up when they did, we'd probably still be down there.
All right, let's see what else I have. Just looking through this real quick. Were you ever in a car club?
I was in a couple car clubs. One time when I was a sophomore, It's called Topo's Car Club in Lancaster, and it's the only one without a car. So that was kind of a cool thing. I got invited into a car club without a car, and then when I went to Massachusetts, I was in a car club back there. I was a sophomore, and then again, I didn't have a car, but they invited me in their car club, and it was called the Rapid Tappets Car Club.
What city was that in Massachusetts?
It's called Wareham, Massachusetts.
How did you end up in Massachusetts if you're from California?
Yeah, well, we had relatives there, and I still do, but my mom wanted to see her family, and my stepdad said, let's go. So we went back there, and he was a construction worker, so he went to work in construction, and I ended up living in Wareham, Mass, and the school was an all-inside school, and when I got there, the guys decided they wanted me in the car club, so we'd go out on the freeway and stop the traffic at night, and just like in the movies, we'd get out and flag each other off and go, whoever won would have to buy the other club coffee at the next diner.
That's awesome, man.
We had the fastest 58 Chevy in New England.
Wow, man.
The 58 Chevy.
So you were not only in the Southern California car scene, you were in the New England car scene as well.
Right,
Wow,
right.
Man.
Right,
So you got to see both the car scenes at the same time. What year was this you were in Massachusetts?
Oh, okay, that was we went back there for like a half a season, half a semester, or half a school year.
Mm-hmm.
So probably about 61 is when I went back there, or maybe 60.
So right in the early 60s.
But anyway, we didn't like the cold so much, so we came back to California.
Well, yeah, the weather's so much better out here, in my opinion. What's your wildest memory with your 57 you have?
Oh boy. I can't tell you all that stuff, but anyway. The hydraulics came in handy for a lot of things. Anyway,
You can,
boy, every time you drove it, it was an experience, I'll tell you.
yeah.
The music, the vibrasonic, with stereo, it just, I had the best of everything.
Did you have a color bar in your car?
The what?
The color bar?
Oh, you know what? That's another thing. I didn't have one in the car, but I had one built for the house, and it was wall to wall, like 20 feet long, 3 feet tall, and a guy in San Fernando built it for me. We had to bring it up on a trailer, and I had a sound bar in the house that big. It was unbelievable.
Holy crap, man.
But yeah, I know about sound bars and the light bars,
Yeah. You don't have one wild cruising story you want to share about the 57?
Ooh, man. Boy, they're just, every time I drove it, it was an experience. Okay, I'll tell you one thing. One night the cops were there was a wreck on the corner in Roseman, California.
Uh-huh.
So I had a stereo. So, you remember Wipeout? One night the cops were out there, cleaning up and everything, and I went by and turned that part of the record on. When I went around the corner, they were all looking at me like I'm crazy, but at 1 o'clock in the morning, so that was kind of crazy, I guess.
I like that. That's funny, man. That's sweet. Let's talk about the photos of your car in the poppy field. That was a unique setting. Is that a local field you took your car to take photos in?
Right, the whole Antelope Valley is, and still does, but back then, the whole Antelope Valley is poppy, so I love to take my cars out there, and that one especially, and drop it down and take pictures in the poppies.
That's sweet, man.
I took my new